like to remind all of our listeners that the opinions of individual shows or DJs do not necessarily reflect those of NBR Radio. Please keep in mind this is entertainment and intended for the listener with a sense of humor.
Portions of this program may not be suitable for those under the age of 18. Parental guidance is suggested.
The Beer30 Show with Danny and Joel, sponsored by Tee It Up for the Troops. Divots can be replaced, freedom cannot.
Alrighty. Beer30 is when you walk into a bar or a VFW, and in that 30 seconds, you can already tell.
That guy right there is drunk, that guy's an idiot, and that guy down there knows it all.
There are programs out there beyond the VA.
Many non-profit organizations. The Beer30 Show.
It's the Beer30 Show. Made by veterans.
For veterans.
Yeah, I really wish we could let that breathe. Let me tell you, Danny, I love that song, So, everybody, thanks for staying with us. And currently on the line, we have Matt Feeney from Adaptive Adventures. Matt Feeney, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to us, enlighten our listeners about what Adaptive Adventures is all about and what you guys currently are doing right now to help our military. Because I know you guys have a number of programs that are going on, and me and Danny are going to ask you about that this hour. So,
great.
Keep in mind, everybody, if you would like to follow along, you can at thebeer30show.com. You can see what me and Danny are wearing, and you can tune in by either chatting with us. You ask if you have questions, you can ask Matt. Or if you want to call in, the phone number again is 720-316-0368. And like I said, me and Danny will choose whether or not we want to answer and make fun of our callers or not. So,
speaking of Joel, you said the listeners can see what you're wearing. Just so you guys know, Joel's wearing this nice lacy pink bra.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Joel.
Yeah. So, Matt, go ahead and tell our listeners about yourself, and then about what Adaptive Adventures right now currently is doing to help with, children, adults, and veterans who have physical disabilities.
Well, thanks for having me, Joel. That was quite the intro. I appreciate that. Actually, I'm speaking to you from Snowmass as we speak. I'm up here at the Disabled American Veterans Winter Sports Clinic. This is my 17th year at the event, and I believe it's the same for Joel Berman, the other co-founder of the organization, Adaptive Adventures. So we're up here all week skiing with veterans.
Oh, nice. I forgot all about that. That was this week. I've been so busy with show prep, Matt, and right now I'm in college for broadcasting, so and interning at the Fan. So I've been like super busy. I forgot all about that was going on. I'm especially jealous that you're able to ski. Can you believe I've only skied like one day this season? That's how busy I've been.
Well, we're going to have to do something about that, Joel. We got to get you up skiing a little bit more next year. But yeah, it's a great event. It's been going. We have over 400 disabled veterans in attendance here, and they downhill ski, Nordic ski. They play sled hockey. There's a climbing wall, all kinds of activities, and they come from all over the country. And it's not an adaptive adventures event. It's put on by the VA,
Right.
but we've embraced it over the years, and it's a great event. But as you know, adaptive adventures, our mission is to provide progressive outdoor sports opportunities to improve the quality of life for adults, children, and veterans with physical disabilities. And so we basically run year-round programs. In the winter, obviously, we do mostly skiing, but other activities that we get people involved in are kayaking, cycling, water skiing, climbing. We also, starting last year, we started offering a dragon boat program.
Yeah,
And
I
the
was getting
veterans
ready to.
really embraced that.
I was getting ready to say I just got the email, and that was one of the things that me and Danny was going to ask you about if you wanted to talk more about and this would be the time to recruit more guys, because I know last year you guys had it, and you guys won a championship, didn't you?
I believe we did. Again, there was one. They do a big dragon boat festival at Sloan's Lake in Denver, but they also do one in the Midwest. And we've done very well considering we're fairly new at it. But yeah, we recruit different teams. Dragon boating is, to be honest, Joel, I don't know a lot about it. It's fairly new to me, but it's basically these big boats. It's
Right.
got a long history in Asia, in parts of Asia. But you get these big boats and you fill them with 20 people, 10 on each side, and they all have paddles. And you get teams together, and you have someone in the front of the boat who is keeping rhythm. Typically, I think historically it was someone that was beating on a drum to keep the rhythm of the paddling. And I think some people still use that, or other people might just use a verbal cue. But you practice during the summer, and then you go to these events and you race against other people, other teams from all over the country. And it's becoming quite popular, especially with our members of the military, because I think they really embrace the camaraderie and the teamwork that the sport involves. And I think practices start, at least in Denver, at Sloan's Lake, they start in the next few weeks. Again, I apologize, I don't have the exact dates, but I think the practices are on Sundays, and you can go to our website to find out more information about that. And our website is adaptiveadventures.org.
That's awesome, and I like the name Dragon Boating. I have a thing for
pretty cool.
dragons. I like it. So I was going through your website and everything, and I see Tubi a lot. So what is a Tubi, and why are you a Tubi?
You lost me on that, Danny. Tubi?
Tubi, T-U-B-I-E. I don't know. It's one of the
T-U-B-I-E.
yeah. It's one of the
On our
questions. It's one of the question Brandy had up for us. So yeah, she's not with us today.
No, she isn't. And I got to be honest with you, I've got the same questions, and either I'm missing a page, Danny, or you know what it is. That's not the questions for Matt. That's actually the question for our special guest for next Friday. Because I'm sitting here thinking to myself, and I'm like, where are you coming up with
Yeah, I'm like,
Danny?
I'm looking at this. I'm like, I don't. I was thinking it might have been doing something with the dragon boating, so I was like, tubing, Tubi. Okay, so maybe I just have my questions mixed up. So
well, I feel a little bit better because
you're like Tubi, what?
I was starting to think I didn't know what was going on in my own organization.
Hey, well, you got Tubis now. So, you already talked about the events that were coming up, and you also, what other types of programs do you offer? And is it strictly for military personnel, or do you involve their families as well?
No, absolutely, we involve their families. We feel that's a big part of um, what they're doing. I mean, their experiences, and we want to get the families involved, whether they have children themselves or they have siblings or spouses that want to come. We encourage that as well for all of our events, whether it's a cycling event or a skiing event or what have you. We encourage participation from all of the family. We want to keep it all in the family. So it's that's good. We appreciate it when they bring, and we facilitate that, and it creates a more positive environment, I believe, when they do involve their spouses or whatever their siblings or their children. I think it makes it better for everyone.
I'm gonna since we tend to say awesome a lot, I'm gonna say that is tubular. All right, I'm bringing that word back. I'm gonna start trying to bring
Tubular.
that tubular. Come on, I'm sure you
You
remember
gotta
that
say
one, right, Matt?
totally,
Totally,
totally tubular.
totally
Totally
tubular,
tubular,
man.
Dave.
So that was totally gnarly. So um,
And Matt, and I'm going to get ready and ask you this question, and I kind of already know the answer, but the one downfall about this job is just because I know the answer, listeners and other people that do not know about the organization, they might not. So if I ask this question and you're like, really, Joel? Seriously? You've known me and known Adaptive Adventures for how long and you can't answer this? There's a reason why I'm asking this, okay?
Well, you want to inform your listeners. I get it, man. I'm
Yeah,
good with that.
yeah. So, explain to the listeners what is ammo. Uh, Here in the military, we like these abbreviations, but basically, the abbreviation is Adaptive Adventures Military Operations, and you guys call it the ammo program. So, enlighten the listeners about what ammo is.
Well, ammo is our military operations programs. It's basically for anyone. It started out we were serving. Well, we would serve anyone with a physical disability, but we started serving veterans, and then we got some grant money from the Wounded Warrior Project, so we started serving. We started focusing a little more on men and women who've been hurt in Iraq and Afghanistan in the conflict and at post 9/11. So, but we've recently got some funding from the VA.
Nice.
So we're including. That's the beauty of it. Most of the programs we run, and some are military specific. Whether it's a Lake Powell trip or a ski camp, we do several ski camps that are just military only. But all of our programs, I should say most of our programs are all inclusive. So it might be a mix. It might be, some members of the military, some civilians, just a whole mix of people. But the beauty of it is we're well enough supported, we're well enough funded that we can offer these opportunities to our military for personnel for basically nothing. In most cases, it's free.
Now, is there and this will be the last question that I asked Danny, and I'll let you answer your next one. I think it's important that the veterans know this. Is there like a disability rating that they have to be able to get involved in the programs with Adaptive Adventures or the ammo program? I mean, do they like certain organizations like Challenge Athletes Foundation? You literally have to have a Paralympic disability to be able to uh, go there. Is that the case, or how do you guys determine if somebody is eligible or not?
Well, that's a really good question, and we're tuning that in all the time because when we founded the organization in 1999, we created a mission that included, it basically says in our mission, physical disabilities. So, but because of the, the recent conflict, and a lot of men and women are coming over with, traumatic brain injuries, and as you know as well as anyone that there's a lot of PTSD and things like that going on out there.
Right. We've
kind of opened our doors to people that are challenged with that as well. So it's pretty much if you were a member of the military and you have really any kind of disability, we will serve you. We will make it happen.
Awesome. Go ahead, Danny. I'll let you ask your next question. Sorry, I kind of threw a curveball in there. And we are running out of time. There's just so many things that we can ask you, Matt. So if we don't ask you all the questions that we're wanting to ask you today, we'll have you again in the near future, because I'm sure that you guys will have continued success in the near future, and we'll bring you guys back.
Yeah, I'd love to be. Anytime, man. Love what you guys are doing.
Well, you love what Joel's doing. I'm just looking here pretty right now.
But I don't think I want to see a photo of him in a pink bra.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. I only have the last question to answer, Joel, and since we are running out of time, if there's anything else you'd like to add for our listeners, to the veterans out there listening and everything like that, and can you give out your website address and any other information one last time?
Absolutely. Yeah, once again, our address is, our website is adaptiveadventures.org. I guess you don't have to say the www anymore. I guess that's kind of implied. But yeah, our web address is adaptiveadventures.org. A lot of information on there, more than I could certainly give you over the phone. But and I guess the message would be that no matter who you are, what age you are, if you have a challenge and you're not sure what the best way is to get out there and get active, I highly recommend you contact us, because we try to empower people to live healthier, active lifestyles through sports. And we feel, both Joel Berman and I are very passionate, and our staff, we're very passionate about the benefits that you get from participating in outdoor sports, whether it's riding a bike or skiing down a hill or kayaking. In the able-bodied world, that's, people used to say, well, that's nice, but is it really necessary? And believe it or not, we used to get that every once in a while. In some cases, this can be life-changing. So, I would like to encourage people to, if you want to try a sport, you want to try to get a little active, be a little healthier, or just get outdoors. That's what we're all about, just empowering people to lead healthy and active lifestyles.
Well, that is totally tubular, man. Sorry. So Joel's teacher mentioned to him one day that he says "awesome" too much. So we're throwing some good 80s flashbacks back. It just doesn't fit as well as "awesome" does, though. I miss it. So thank you very, very much, Matt, for coming onto our show and telling everybody, all the listeners, about the program. It is very amazing what you guys do. A lot of awesome events coming up for you guys, and I wish you guys all the best of luck.
Well, I appreciate that, Danny, and thanks for having me on, and good luck to you guys as well.
All right, awesome, Matt. We will we'll catch you soon, my friend.
Okay, you take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, everybody. So that was Matt Feeney from Adaptive Adventures.
This is MBR, saluting those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for their country.
Rock and roll!
We'll ride if you wanna rock and roll. It's only rock and roll, but I like it. Rocking the troops.